Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you. This is how to draft MTG. We're doing a Shadows over Innistrad Remastered Premier Draft. Our first look at the set here after my set review video. If you want to check out that, not really set review, more of a draft guide, you can find that on my YouTube channel right here. Please click subscribe and like and leave a comment if you want to support the channel. It's completely free to do that and it helps a huge amount. Let's look at the pack. Got a bit of a stinker here, Forgotten Creation. The activated ability is not great. The Skulk is fine. It's a Hill Giant. We don't love those. Courageous Outrider I'm a fan of. 4 mana, 3/4 looks top 4 for a human. We've got Olivia's Bloodsworn for the Vampires deck. We've got News Constrictor. I'm not sure where this fits. Maybe in black-green or black-blue or something. Harvest Hand as a colorless fixer. That could be a good place to start if the format's a little slower, a little bit more open. Some medium comments here. Lunarch Mantle, Faithbearer Paladin, Battleground Geist. This is the Shadows of the Past. Interesting for spirits, but a 5-drop's a little tough to start on. Take Inventory Fogwalker, no big deal, no big deal. And these cards are all pretty medium or bad. Okay, cool. So I think we're going to start with the Outrider or the Bloodsworn. Bloodsworn to me only fits in red-black, whereas Outrider fits in a few different white decks. I'm going to start there. We'll see what happens. Hey, look at that. Another one. Why don't we take it? I don't know. Let's see this rare. 6 mana, 5/5. When it blocks or becomes blocked, deals 3 damage to that creature and that creature's control. That's pretty cool. 6 drops a lot, though. So I think I might stick with his Outrider here. Topplegeist is good, too. It's a good blue common here. Imprisoned by the Moon. Lock something down. Ghoul Razors, the Shadows of the Past thing. If you've got zombies, that's pretty good. But you'd probably rather take like a Geese's Bidding over that. Alchemist's Greeting is fine. These cards are all pretty bad. Galvanic Bombardment is quite good as a red common. But I think the Outrider slightly outrides it. So we're going to take it. And a third one. Oh my. We can just chain Outriders all day. Is that what we're going to do? Probably. I mean, if the first two were good, then the third's got to be good enough too, right? Rise from the Tides is a nice one. Plays well in blue-black, blue-red. Good finisher. Ruthless Disposal is probably not an early pick, but you could get there in black-white, most likely. Immerwolf is an excellent one for the red-green deck. Of course, we are not looking like we're going to be red-green currently, so we'll leave that. Although if this Outrider wasn't here, I'd probably take Rise from the Tides over Immerwolf, just because the two-color thing is pretty constricting. Yeah. The Crow of Dark Tidings is decent. These cards are all decent. The commons in the set are like not very strong, so at least in the early estimation of things. So anyways, the uncommons look like they're going to dictate a lot of things. Happy to start with triple Outrider. Hopefully white ends up being draftable. Otherwise, we're going to be a little bit sad, but let's go from there. So pieces of the puzzle. Look for 2 instant sorceries. Probably not fitting with what we have currently. We've got a human. Devilthorn Fox is fine, but we would prefer to take a human with our start. We've got a Counterspell, Random Spirit, blah, blah, blah. These cards are all pretty bad. True Faith Sensor could wheel for us. Ooh, Traveler's Amulet as a Delirium Enabler and a Fixer is pretty nice as well. That could be a card we could think about taking. Because Steadfast Cathar is nothing exciting at all. But we do need a 2-drop for our curve. And it certainly does synergize with our first 3 picks. So, yeah, that's tough. I think you could make an argument for Traveler's Amulet, and that's about it, honestly. So I'm gonna take Cathar. I'm gonna double down here on our triple Courageous Outrider. All right, Call the Bloodline is okay, I think, as a Madness Enabler. Guardian of the Pilgrim is fine. It's not a human, but it's a 2-drop, so that's cool. Puncturing Light is not super interesting. These cards are all pretty bad. Thornhide Wolves is good. Terrarian, Traveler's Amulet. So nothing super exciting in this pack. No real signals to read either here. Like these, I don't think anybody would be excited about playing with any of these cards. So probably just gonna take the 2. Disappointed that it's not a human, but for curve purposes, I think we want it. All right. Continuing on here, we've got a green card, which is a human. Don't really need to go into a second color just yet. I think we could just take Dauntless Cathar as a human. That's got some value. Jace's Scrutiny's decent. Again, just sort of a nothing pack here, so just sort of stay on white, try to cut white, try to make sure that these Outriders are good. So far, we don't have any interaction, so we'll be looking for some removal or combat tricks or something like that at some point. We did see the single white +2/+2. Maybe that wheels. Maybe that equipment wheels. That'd be pretty good with our humans start here. All right, Thraben Inspector, pick 7. Love to see that. That's an easy pickup for us. Fiendbinder's not bad. We already have 3 4-drops, though. Lunarch Mantle. I could see like playing one of these, I guess. It's a lot of stats. 2 mana for +2/+2, and then sometimes you get them in the air or whatever. But we're definitely going to take the 1-drop human here. The Thraben Inspector is one of the better white commons in general, so that's nice to see. Anything else we can sort of glean from this pack? Vampiric Fury. This is going to be like a bit of a sleeper, I think, in the first week. This card is just good with like 1 vampire. You're going to win a combat. This is like almost Sure Strike, which is pretty good, and then like can just kill them out of nowhere if 3 of your guys are getting in or whatever. But we're going to take the Inspector here. Not too much to glean in terms of signals. Ooh, 8th pick, Ongoing Investigation. I do want to build this deck at some point. Not going to be this draft, but would be cool. Fiendbinder seems to fit with what we're doing. Ingenious Scab is a good card. These black cards are kind of bad. Black looks kind of weak in general. Magmatic Chasm. Could find a place if we end up white-red. We would maybe play one of these. But we will just take a Fiendbinder. A lot of 4-drops here. Hoping to not pick up too many more of those. But you take what the packs give you. 5-drop human. 3/4 lifelink is a good body. 5 mana is a lot, though. I'm tempted to just take this Lunarch Mantle instead. And we can sack our lands to it. Battleground Geist. So we already... Oh, this is our wheel pack, right? So I'm trying to think of what we... I think it's the next pack or two that the equipment could come back. Could take it like a take inventory there or something, but I don't know. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Galvanic Bombardment comes all the way around. That's pretty interesting. Maybe people just too much text. They don't know what it does or something. So single red, deal 2. Instant speed is already good. And then if you have multiples of them, sometimes they'll do a bit more. So we'll take that here. Maybe we're base white humans, a little bit of red for removal. Alchemist Greeting we can't really play because we don't have any discard outlets, but happy to take a Bombardment there. Not seeing the... Maybe it's the next pack with the equipment in it. If that doesn't wheel, I'm going to be a little bit worried. But all these human things are wheeling. Rise from the Tides wheeled. These are actually some good like late pickups. Unfortunately, we can't really capitalize on any of these. So I'm going to take Faithbearer Paladin, just try to cut white. There it is. Okay. I'd be really worried if this didn't come back. Traveler's Amulet, Macabre. Actually, all 4 of these cards are quite playable. I'm not sure what people are taking over these. Deny Existence is like not very good. They're not good, but I think I would take them over a lot of the other cards that were flying around that we passed. Bunch of bad cards. There's a chance we end up in green-white, and if we do, we probably don't want to play Thornhide Wolves, but maybe we'll have to or something. Yeah, sure, we'll take a white 2-drop. Wish it was a human. Cool. Pretty good start for us, I would say. All right. What do we got here? Elder Deep Fiend. I mean, maybe. We need double blue to emerge it. So far, we're not playing blue. Drogskull Captain, we're not really playing spirits, but the card is decent. For sure. It's very good if you're in spirits. We're really not, though, so I guess we gotta let that go. This pack's a bit of a blank for us. I guess we'll just take another Bombardment here. Conduit of Storms is kind of cool, but it's not a human. And how many humans do we have currently? 8. So we're already doing pretty well for our Courageous Outrider hits. Bombardment makes sense to me as a pick here. All right. Cool. So we got a Hamlet Captain. So this is kind of what I was talking about. It's like maybe we end up green-white. We've got another Steadfast Cathar. And we got a Hope Against Hope. So this will probably wheel, and even if it does, I don't know if we want to play it. It's probably like not much better than Lunarch Mantle, really. First Strike is pretty dope, but 3 mana is a lot more than 2 mana. So it's either Steadfast, Cathar, or Hamlet Captain. I think I'll take the upside on Hamlet Captain. If we move into green-white, we'll be real happy to have that. If we miss out on one Steadfast Cathar, I don't think we're going to be all that upset. Not seeing much here. Kindly Strange is would be a good card in like pretty much any deck. Although we're not going to achieve Delirium very easily here. Fury Blade Vampire is fine. Stone Quarry. Huh. Oh, not all of these do the reveal thing. Only certain pairs do. Oh, that was a miss on my set review video, which you can watch on my YouTube channel. Check it out. I don't know what we're taking here. Wolfkin Bond's not very good. Moonlight Hunt doesn't do anything. Don't know. I guess we'll just take Kindly Stranger. I suppose it's got the highest upside. But not sure how we're turning it on just yet. Alright. Human. Byway Courier. Good one at that. Dies into a clue. Another True Faith Sensor. Should wheel this and probably don't need to play too many of them. Make Mischief is not very good. Bloodbriar doesn't fit. Puncturing Light. The bad thing about this is like we want to be getting in for damage, so if our creatures are getting blocked and then we have to like spend mana to kill their things, like we still didn't get in for damage. Don't love it. News Constrictor's kind of cute. We need to enable Delirium, but doesn't look like we're going to. So I think we're going to take Byway Courier here. Goes with our Hamlet Captain. So we're sort of straddling whether or not green or red will offer us more upside as a support. Or black. I mean, if we keep seeing good black cards, like Midnight Scavengers is pretty exciting. It's a bit expensive. Rush of Adrenaline is cool as a pump spell. Confront the Unknown. Like, how good is this? +1/+1 is not super exciting, but then you do get a clue, which kind of helps you keep pushing later into the game. Or we just take another 2-drop human. Probably just take another 2-drop human for curve purposes. We'll see. If we end up just getting rocked by other stuff, then we'll know that this, a tight little aggro deck is not good enough because the top end stuff is that much better. Okay, a red removal spell or a aggressive white 1-drop human. Boy, that's tough. And because we've got the Hamlet Captain, it's kind of like we're not super locked into playing red. So I think we'll just continue to try to delay the decision here. Just take a good 1-drop. Yeah, this thing is dope. Turns into a 2/3. I guess it takes a couple turns to get going or whatever, but then it's pumping itself in the late game. I think it should be a good card. We'll find out. Field Creeper if we really needed a 2. Eldritch Evolution, I think, is a bit clunky for what we're trying to do. Elder Cathar, this is a past card. When this dies, put a 1/1 counter on a human, on a creature. If that's a human, it gets 2. 3 mana 2/2 is pretty rough, though. This is Spirit. This is not a human. All right, we'll take the human, I guess. We don't have many 3s yet. Deathcap Cultivator, I dig that. 2-drop. Little ramp piece. So looks like we're going to get pushed into green here, but there was certainly a red version of this deck as well, and maybe even a black-white version of this deck. Take the combat trick this time. I think we need Magnifying Glass. Another Faithbearer Paladin, an Apothecary Geist. Do we have any spirits? We only have 1 spirit, so I don't think the Geist is going to get there. So sure, we'll take Faithbearer. So I will say, how many werewolves? Do we have any at all? No, we have 0. But we could potentially pick one up. I guess it would probably be better to take this dual land in case we do end up moving to red for some reason. Okay, Censor came back. What does this do? You cast this, you may destroy target artifact and enchantment. So we can, this is 8, so we can probably cast this as like a 5-drop some of the time. Ah, shoot. No, I didn't want this. I wanted it. I definitely didn't want this. All right, well, sorry, it took too long there. So I think the correct pick was probably True Faith Censor. Not sure. Not sure if you really want 2 of these, though. Pretty mana intensive. All right. Pack 3. What are we going to see? Fiendbinder, Drogskull Shieldmate. This is a 3-mana, 3/2 menace that sometimes you draw extra cards. It's pretty cool. Avacyn's Caller. +1/+0 Vigilance. When it dies, make a spirit. Oh, this is tailor-made for our humans deck, so maybe we should try it. Rest of the pack is pretty unexciting. Drogskull Shieldmate is pretty cool, but again, we're pretty interested in just playing as many humans as we can, so yeah, we'll try the Caller. We'd like to see like a Griff's Boon at some point. Some way to give flying would be nice. We do have Lunarch Mantle for that as well. All right, so we really need removal, so I'm looking at Rabid Bite here. It's not at its best in a small aggro-y deck, but I think it'll do something. We've got a good amount of 2s. Some of them aren't humans, so obviously like Logger would be pretty cool to pick up as well. There's a chance we wheel Steadfast Cathar out of this pack. I would say like a reasonably good chance. Probably not going to wheel the Logger. Somebody took the one in the previous, in pack 1. This is pretty cool too. It's very expensive though. Okay, yeah, taking Rabid Bite. So I think we're locking into green here at this point. Ooh, Obsessive Skinner. That's pretty cool. Ironclad Slayer. We can return an aura. So that works with the Mantle. It's a 3-drop. It's a human. There's a Byway Courier in this pack too. There's a Sigardian Priest in this pack. There's lots of choices here. Sigardian Priest is pretty good. Is it better than Skinner? Probably. And we need interaction. We need like ways to control the board. Probably wanna take that. Okay, Veteran Cathar. Cool. So we're seeing some stuff here. Deathcap, Cultivator, or Veteran Cathar. That seems close to me. Obviously, Cathar works quite well with humans later in the game. Early in the game, it's just a 2/2, whereas early in the game, this can actually like help us cast our spells, which is kind of important. So it's between those two, and I honestly don't know. I'm tempted to take the Cultivator. Just to like make sure we end up getting to cast our spells, getting to our 4s. We might actually end up playing a 5 or something. But it's close. I just think 4 mana is a lot to give Death Touch later in the game. That's my only thing. Okay, so Confront the Unknown. I don't think we need 2 of these. There's a chance we're going to like have a clue in play, I guess, from like Thraben Inspector or Byway Courier dying. So sometimes this might be +2, but let's take the Skinner. Skinner! Anyone? Skinner! I can't do the good voice, but you know what I'm going for. It's gonna think of that every time I see this card now. This pack has nothing for us. Not a single thing. So I'll just take an uncommon. Thermo Alchemist is a cool card. I'm just going to take that. Aim High, Terrarian, Elder Cathar. Well, we've got Confront the Unknown. We've got... Are we going to play Aim High over Elder Cathar? I kind of want to cut the Faithbearer Paladin. So this is what our deck looks like. I think we'll try the Elder Cathar. I don't know. That could be really bad, though. Okay, Steadfast Cathar, Byway Courier. That's a tough one as well. This is so we're probably going to wheel the other Steadfast Cathar, so I think I'm going to take the Byway Courier. It's good value. Goes with our Confront the Unknown, which I think we're going to end up playing. We have two two drops that we do want to cut. So hopefully we do see that that other Cathar. I think we won't play this second Fiend Binder. Crawling Sensation is cool, but not for us. Skinner. Oh, it wheeled. It wheeled. So that means we can cut Guardian of the Pilgrims. Man, another Byway Courier too. I'm going to take the 2-drop. Didn't wheel the white 2-drop. Very weird. These cards are all bad. Graph Mold's a good card. Not for us, though. So we could have had 2 ride downs. Actually, I didn't even think of that. I don't think we're moving off green at this point, but we could have had 2 ride downs and a 2-mana deal 3 out of red, and in the Insolent Neonate. Some of these cards are hard to pronounce. Okay, probably cutting a land. Although we have 4 4-drops, so that's a little risky. Don't really want to play Devilthorn Fox. All these other cards are good. I think Confront is fine. Elder Cathar is questionable. Could see cutting that for a Fiend Binder at some point. Probably just cutting D-Thorn Fox, man. Sorry. We have 19 creatures. I think we built this deck the way they intended us to. Our green situation. I mean, if you look at the graph here, we have a considerable amount more white than green, but if you actually look at the curve of the deck, which I would encourage you to do here, especially the creature curve by typing T:(CR. Our 2s are split like right down the middle. Actually, we have 5 green 2s and only 3 white 2s, but we got 2 white 1s. So our early drops are split right down the middle, which to me means that you want an even split on the lands. We don't have any double color commitments either, which is pretty nice. So let's try it. This is ABC magic right here. So if this falls on its face, I totally understand. This format might just be one of the more like complicated late game. Don't try to aggro, but I could also see this just working. And let's try it out. Here we go. Round 1. We're on the play. I like to see that. We don't have a 2-drop, but we do have a 1-drop. So that's kind of awkward, but I think we will keep it. We got our colors of mana and stuff. But yeah, awkwardly we won't. Okay, well, that's pretty nice. Okay, so it's probably better to transform the Gossip Monger than attack, since the Steadfast Cathar gets to just do this right away. I suppose we could have waited till our opponent's end step or whatever, but they could also have like a 1 damage spell somehow. I don't know if those exist. Okay. Cool, let's get in. Opponent's going to take 4 here. We're going to play Byway Courier. Like our start, the old 1, 2, 3. Handweir Battlements. Dark creature gains haste, and then it can turn into a big thing. If you have... Right, but it won't be able to attack that turn because it'll be ostensibly be tapped. Okay, Lunarch Mantle, Elder Cathar. So do we want to offer the Byway Courier trade? Opponent takes 4 again. They might just take 4 and not block at all, though, if they don't want to lose their Byway Courier. There's also the potential of putting Lunarch Mantle on something and swinging. The Incited Rabble, I guess. I think we just want to spend all of our mana this turn. If we do... I don't think we want to trade our Byway Courier. I don't think we want to give them the extra card. It's like, I feel like they won't block here. Okay, they will. Alright, well, at least we got like a mana advantage on that. And then later, like, this can trade for something more meaningful, I think. It's got 3 power. I'd just like to get a little bit more out of it. We're not going to be able to activate the clue for quite a while. We've got a lot to do with our mana here. That's a big card. That's a big, big, big boy. Okay, so Fiendbinder will take care of that for us, but not for a little while. So I guess we got to take a turn off here. Sadly. Or we could just, like, YOLO them. They'll eat our Byway Courier. We get in for 4. I don't think that's not worth it. Okay, Immerwolf. Cool. That's big. No, don't kill my Fiendbinder, man. No, okay. Well, that's annoying. So now... Now what? We can mantle up our courier. Ugh. Becomes a 5/4. We can make it a 6/5 and trade off confront. That's not good. That's a 3-for-1 for our opponent, so... Yeah, that's not good for us. We could Lunarch Mantle, start sacking things, just try to kill them that way. That's a 3-turn clock. It's a bit on the slow side. Don't love that either. So if they have a removal spell, then we've, like, sacrificed a land. I guess we could sacrifice Elder Cathar, couldn't we? Couldn't we? So then we would have a 7 power flyer. And a Confront the Unknown to save it. It'd be a 7/6. I kind of don't hate that, actually. I feel like we're not winning this game if it goes any longer, so... Let's see if we can do it. If they have the Moonlit Hunt or whatever, we're just dead, but... They don't. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't do anything either. Nice. Looks like we're going to get there. This doesn't have reach. None of these things have reach. All right. Cool. See you for the next. So I will admit that game felt a little bit on the sketchy side. Like to be on the play. Don't know how much legs these aggro decks really going to have. Hamlet Captain on 2. Skinner makes it bigger. I could just die to shock here, though. So I don't like that very much. Should probably run out less valuable things, right? Probably. Fury Blade Vampire for our opponents. Now we can probably play Captain. Since it didn't die that turn to... or they didn't kill Steadfast Cathar, they probably don't have it. Or they've got like Fiery Temper or Alchemist Greeting here. It's going to eat one of those. If they don't have removal, then they're facing a more significant crackback. So I think it's I think it's right to just play it there. Because next turn we're playing Feedbiter, so like they're gonna have to. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's a worthy exchange. 2 mana for 2 mana. Feedbiter or Fury Blade Vampire is a pretty nice card though. Okay, nice. Rabid Bite. Well, that kind of changes things. I guess we do. Oh man, we could get shocked again. That would be really, really nasty. Oh no, we can't do this. I wanted to play Skinner and Rabid Bite, but we don't get to do that. We could play Censor and Rabid Bite, but then our board is not bigger. So I want them to continue to get value off of this vampire, although we are kind of racing. I just don't want to add nothing to the board this turn. That's what makes me upset. We could hold back the Cathar to block. Maybe that's the move. Maybe we play Fiendbinder. Hold back to block. I really want to take a pile of damage off this vampire. So yeah, let's do that. Land for our opponent. Okay, they're going to combat. They're going to discard. Maybe, maybe not. They are going to discard, and it is a Madness Vampire. In it comes. Try a block here. They might have removal. They might have a trick. I think it's okay to make them use it. So that's a good trick for sure. All right, so now we get to kill that vamp. Oh, man, we still can't double spell. That's pretty rough, eh? So the Blood Mad Vamp, we really can't let it hit us either. So a world where we just play Obsessive Skinner, put a counter on Fiendbinder, and then if they don't discard to Fury Blade Vampire, they don't get to attack. But I just hate giving them all these turns to like play their Madness cards. But maybe they've played them all. Or maybe they draw another one. Or maybe they just pitch a land, you know? It's like, this is a really difficult card to play against. I think we just get rid of it. I don't want to trade Fiendbinder for Blood Mad Vampire, so we're just going to have to sort of think about that later. And attack, because we're definitely not blocking. So this is going to become a 5-2. And we're going to have to decide what we want to do from there. All right. It's not that exciting. Decent, though. Sacrifice a creature. Okay, so that comes in. So now we're trying to stabilize against them. It's going to be rough. Okay. So we just want to make the biggest thing we can, I think. 6 mana. If we equip True Faith Censor, what happens? It gets +2/+1, so this will become a 5-3. So it could get double block, but it's going to tap something down. This would be a 2-2, and then it would be a 4-3 Vigilance, which can block the Accomplice and the Blood Mad Vampire. So I think what we're supposed to do is put the counter on Skinner itself. Equip to Fiendbinder, get in. Equip to Skinner for blocks. I guess we can also block, but we want this to have the equipment in case they try to sack something to this to make this bigger. We kind of just have to hope they're like out of gas here. Move this over. Okay. Opponent considered sacrificing their accomplice for a little bit there and then didn't ultimately. Still feels like we're going to lose. Don't know. Looks like they drew some action as well. Yep, nice. Okay, no attacks. Town Gossip Monger. Cool. So I guess, I mean, this can't really block Gorgers because they could sack 2 things, right? This is a vampire. Yeah, we're in a tight spot here. Could equip Fiendbinder and swing. Tap Gorger. No, tap, I don't know. Yeah, geez, that's rough. Tap Gorgers, I guess. I'm just going to trade. Don't want that. So now this Aristocrat is actually a big problem for us. So I guess we're trying to block with Fiendbinder then. So then if they would have to sack 3 things to not have it die here. But then this opens up Blood Mad Vampire attacks for them. We're not in a good place right now. I don't know if there's much we can do to get out of this. They may not attack with Blood Mad. At least we know what we're dealing with in terms of Insatiable Gorgers. We know it's coming in for sure. Okay, now they can sack 3 things. But that would include the Aristocrat itself. Okay, everybody's coming in. Nice. Right, so this is definitely going here. And then we have to decide if we're blocking Blood Mad Vampire, then we need to double block it because they're certainly sacking this Cool Colors Apprentice. Excuse me. And then I guess we have to block Blood Mad Vampire because it's lethal. So that answers that question. So then if they wanted to sacrifice their Indulgent Aristocrat and their accomplice, they could pump the Blood Mad up. And I think we're just pretty dead no matter how you slice it here, honestly. Trying to see of a way that we could get there. But like, we're going to lose our whole board this turn, and they're going to have something left over. Like, just at a baseline, they could do nothing and have a 1/1 and a 2/2, and we have nothing on board. So that's not looking good. Yeah, that's what they decided to do. So there you go. But I mean, based on the activated abilities they had access to, we had to make that block, right? Otherwise, they just go and sack, and then we just lose. So see ya. So yeah, really showcasing the power of Fury Blade Vampire and just having an early discard outlet for these Madness decks. We're back. Opponents on the play. We have a playable hand. Not for exciting looking, though, at least compared to the deck we just saw. So, see how it does. Yeah, so far I'm not really digging these Outriders, and we haven't gotten a chance to cast any of them. They feel a bit slow. And the humans not having flying or like any evasion is a little bit awkward, but we'll see. It's early times here. All right. I think we're fine with a trade. They get a little bit of value on the back end of this, but it's 2-drop for their 3. I'm fine with that. Next turn we go Outrider, transform this to swing for another 2. Or not. Fiendbinder. It's interesting. Every time I've had this choice between playing Fiendbinder and Outrider, I've wanted to play Fiendbinder. And I feel that same way again here. If we transform the Monger, then we're going to be forced to attack with it next turn. But the Fiendbinder could help it get through. So I think that's fine. Maybe we need to bring in the second Binder and cut an Outrider. Feels strange to say that, but okay, non-human. That doesn't help him very much. He does. It's a 2/2. And Fiendbinder being two toughness is pretty rough, eh? All right, so are we gonna transform? Probably. We could Lunarch Mantle up the Binder. So we don't get to cast Courageous Outrider if we do that, but they're at 20. We want to put pressure on them, but also want to spend our mana. Very awkward. Could also just attack, see if they block. We could spend 2 mana to make this 3/3 trade with the Vamp. They could double block. We could pump it twice, kill both their things. But then again, we're like losing mana, right? I think it's the I think the full aggro play is the one I want to make here, but it's a little awkward. Because we're wasting mana. But there's a lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna double up. We really don't care about this priest, so happy to kill the Liliana's Elite. We'll pump it for an extra damage here. And that'll we'll clean that up. They're 12. Might need to sacrifice the Rabble at some point. Yeah, okay, Rabble's probably gonna die. We could just sack it to get flying, right? I guess let's see what we reveal off of this. Interesting. The old Elder Cathar shenanigans again. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. Doesn't look like they've got removal. So if they take 5, the Cathar will kill them next turn. But also if we go Skinner, hit them for 6, they will also die to that next turn. So I guess we'll go Skinner. Oh no, but we can't, shoot, we can't give it flying because we need to spend a mana to do that. Ah, that was a mistake. Okay, so then Skinner makes it a 6/5, so they have to triple block. Don't want to lose the Binder, though. Ah, that was a bit of a misplay then, wasn't it? Forgot this cost some mana. So, what are we going to do now? And that was both of our Elder Cathars were there, so we don't get to see those anymore. Oh, boy. That's annoying. Had the win, threw it away. Okay, so let's pitch Incited Rabble. Give flying. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Boo! What a misplay. Never forget that we could have won this game. So they're going to make a spirit, looks like. Which is not an issue for us. This deck feels quite weak, like the deck that I am currently playing. Okay, they're going to gain 3. All right, so we wouldn't have won. So there you go. I was afraid of that. Afraid they had that. So this is a 2. So what do they got in here? Sorcery creature, that's it. So they're a ways away. I gotta say, this Lunarch Mantle is what this is called? Yeah, it's doing some work. Trying to reveal something cool here. Another Skinner. Probably just another Skinner. We're skinning it up. Let's go. So, Lunarch Mantle, MVP so far. Fiendbinder's been very good, because, like, they can't make the spirit, and we just tap it and they die. So, what do we want to change about this deck? The card that we first picked 3 times in a row, yeah, it feels a little clunky, it feels a little slow. Courageous Outrider, so could have been wrong with that. I think I'm going to cut one of those for another Fiendbinder. The card has felt important. It hasn't felt great, but it's like every time I have choice with, playing one or the other, I'm keep choosing the Fiendbinder. So there you go. Would love like another thing that gives flying. Obviously that's very good, but we don't have that. And the sacrifice hasn't felt too punishing on this, for what it's worth. All right, let's make that change. The Courageous Outrider is not bad, but got problems here. Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back after some network downtime. We go first. Got a 2-drop. Gonna need to draw land. Sometimes that's the way it goes when you're playing aggro. Opponent on revealing a mountain to Foreboding Ruins, playing Insolent Annihilate. Okay, another black-red opponent. Pretty scary. Not excited to play this matchup again. It felt pretty rough the first time around. Okay, yes, we draw 1, which isn't great. Play Cathar here. At least Neonate can only madness something else once before it dies. It's the repeatable discard outlets that I think are going to be the scariest. In for 1. We can't block. It's got Menace. Opponent plays their mountain they've revealed to us. Play a 2/1 Menace. And we fail to find a land here. So, swing in with the Cathar. Probably just killing Deranged Whelp. I don't think playing Gossip Monger does it. We don't want to waste a mana. We can't block either of their creatures. The only other thing we could consider doing is playing Lunarch Mantle and swinging for 4 and trying to race. Which I don't love because they're fairly likely to have access to 1 in a red, deal 3, and then we're really out of it at that point. So I think we'll fire off our Rabid Bite while the shields are down. Small gameplay thing here too is if you can attack with Cathar first before you Rabid Bite, it gets that toughness boost, which makes it out of the range of Shock, or whatever that card's called. Galvanic something, Bombardment. So just a little tiny thing there. Didn't matter on that turn, of course, but alright, here comes Blood Mad Vampire. It's pretty good. And the opponent also draws a card. They're looking for land too, it looks like. They found it. Confront the Unknown, Gossip Monger, Lunarch Mantle. Well, we are simply playing Gossip Monger and saying go, right? Don't want to trade. Yeah. We need to hit our lands. Hopefully we get to. I'm going to come in with the Vamp. So they could have +2/+1, or they could have the first strike trick. What else am I not thinking of? Those are only two I can come to mind here. They could have okay, they could have +1, +1 to theirs, -1 to ours, the black trick. That would get around Confront the Unknown. So, okay, we'll put the Cathar in front, I guess. Okay, they're just going to take a trade here. That's fine. Or another creature control dies, put a 1/1 counter on this. Okay, that's pretty annoying. Finally, a land. Look at that. Okay, Elder Cathar or Dauntless Cathar. 3/2 or a 2/2 that makes our stuff bigger. Kind of like 2/2 makes our stuff bigger. Not gonna lie. It's a little scarier than the Dauntless at the moment. So it doesn't seem like we're going to be attacking anytime soon. Opponent in for 2. We're going to take it. And Epitaph Golem. Okay. All right. So now, if we're going to transform the Gossip Monger, it becomes a 2/3. We need to give it some extra power and toughness. We could do that with Lunarch Mantle. Then it becomes a 4/5, which could threaten to kill the Golem if we have an extra mana up. A lot of ifs in this equation. I guess Confront the Unknown kind of just takes care of it as well. Or we just put the thing on the Elder Cathar. But then the problem is that the Gossip Monger has to attack. We would like to kind of put Mantle on Cathar, wouldn't we? Because if they want to kill something, then at least it's going to benefit our other creature. If we draw land, then we're just playing Fiendbinder anyways, right? So yeah, we're not transforming. Sorry, that was very long-winded, but we're not transforming. We're just playing Fiendbinder, passing the turn. All right. Also, love having Lunarch Mantle on Fiendbinder. That's always cool. Opponent coming in for 5 here. Don't like our blocks, so we're gonna take it. And Mad Prophet, scary. And our turn. All right, well, we'll go ahead and transform then. Land number 5 for us. So now we're coming in for 7. And we got a Dauntless Cathar back to maybe block something. Don't really want to Mantle in the face of that untapped mana, because they could have Alchemist Screening, they could have Galvanic Bombardment. So definitely don't want to Mantle. So I think we just get in with all. All right, and Dauntless Cathar, hold up, Confront the Unknown. So opponent probably doesn't have Alchemist Greeting. I think they would use it there. And we'll just hold up Confront. So they're at 11. We've got 10. So we do have lethal if they end up tapped out somehow. Okay, they're just going to activate Epitaph Golem. That doesn't matter. Right now, probably won't at all in this game. All right, what's going to happen? In with all. So that is 7 damage. So the double strike trick comes to mind here. So say we put this here. And they double strike this, that's 8, that's 10. if they had like a second combat trick, then we would be dead. Like if they had a single red +3/+0. So let's see if they have that and the double strike trick. We have a little time to think here. If we block Epitaph Golem, they go +3 double strike. So we're dead no matter how we block it. They have that combination of cards. So let's put the Cathar in front of the Prophet. Rush of Adrenaline. Okay. Against Trample. Okay, didn't think of that. Didn't think about that card. Grotesque Mutation, +3/+1. So now it's going to survive. So we should probably confront the unknown then. That's a lot of damage. Soak up some of it here. They're going to gain 7 though. That's really good. So we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at 2. Yeah, that was a big turn for them. So we're certainly on the back foot now. We have a chump blocker. We have an Elder Cathar. Rabble has to attack. Definitely play Elder Cathar. I think we definitely make the Spirit. Question is how much do we want to attack for? So we're hitting them for 2 down to 16. If we attack with Fiendbinders, we're fairly certain we don't want to block with Fiendbinder. If we attack with Fiendbinder, they go to 16, then they go to 13. Let's say they come up with both of these. Chump. We put two counters on this guy, for example. That'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So not quite enough to kill them. So if we want to represent any kind of like multi-block situation, it looks like they just burned all their tricks. Otherwise, we'd be dead right now. So maybe we don't go in with Fiendbinder. We can try to multi-block. Because double chump and then we don't have an attack back, and then we're in trouble. Okay, they take it. They're gonna Epitaph Golem something for no reason. Probably bad to do this, honestly, if they have Delirium payoffs. I guess they don't. Okay. So hopefully they didn't draw a trick there. Looks like they drew Liliana's Elite, which is a good card in their situation. But see, didn't they just put like a creature on the bottom? No, they put an instant. But they put a creature on the bottom before, so this would be a 5/5. Okay, in. All right, so we got to block everything, right? Guess we want to kill Gavony Unhallowed if we have a choice. They can kill Fiendbinder, and that's it. We can chump this. Sorry, that's wrong. Chump this. It's pretty good for them. Just kill Fiendbinder. Don't have to worry about the Elder Cathars. Rabble is going to be able to attack through Liliana's Elite. No, it won't because it'll be a 5/5, so we'll have to sacrifice something. We're okay with that, though. I think this is the block that we want to make. We could have put, I guess, Spirit Cathar on this, but then we're chumping with Fiendbinder. So either way. Yeah. All right. Lands are fine. I mean, we can sack them to Lunarch Mantle, and we will. I guess we'll draw a card first. Another land, okay. Well, bit of a moment of truth here. I think, like, they're gonna take 4. We have to block both their creatures, so there's really no other way to play this. They're gonna take 4 down to 12. No, not all. No, definitely not all. Did I not just click? What happened there? Did I not just take these guys out of combat? I'm so confused by that. Okay, we're gonna lose now. I apologize. Probably gonna lose anyways, honestly, but don't know what happened there. I guess the you got to be careful with these must attack every turn cards because it just things don't happen. I thought I took these out of combat. Sorry about that, guys. We'll see you for the next game. And we're back 2-2 with green-white humans. Opponent goes first. Decks felt pretty clunky for the most part. I think like a white Bound by Moonsilver would have gone a long way, but not sure that this strategy has it, or maybe the version that really works is like 3 Thraben Inspectors and like a couple of Hamlet Captains and like even more low to the ground. We feel like we're a bit too mid-rangey, kind of clunky. That being said, oof, we don't play till turn 3 and it's a bad one. I think we got to mulligan this one. Yeah, much happier with this hand. Putting back maybe Courageous Outrider, as crazy as that sounds. Probably just a land though, honestly, because we have a mana source in the Cultivator, so we'll just put a land back, and we're on the draw. But on the play, you might put Outrider back, or Truth Face Answer would be the next card I guess I'd be looking at there. Okay, hit that land, which is nice. Little bit clunky, this archetype. So we'll go Cultivator. Turn 3 Outrider would be pretty cool if that happens. And then Caller, we'll get to see if this is any good. We could also equip Caller and attack. But I think we'll just spend our mana. Okay, opponent is also on green-white humans. The Mirror. Let's see if their deck is any better than ours. Courageous Outrider whiffed! That hurts me. That hurts me a lot. Wow, 4 lands. Oh boy. Well, 4 mana, 3/4, not the worst stat line to begin with, so happy enough with that. Okay, Hamlet Captain gets bigger. We're going to take 4. It says Trample. That's kind of cool. It's a 3/3 now, though. Okay, Fiend Binder. We got Rabid Bite. We've got a couple of options here. They want to send in Hamlet Captain to buff this, then we get a block on it. But we'd love to have Rabid Bite available to counter a combat trick. We're definitely on the back foot. I don't think we want to attack with Courageous Outrider unless we're just going to straight up kill Hamlet Captain. If they do have a combat trick and they decide they want to attack... Oh, we're taking 6 down to 10. That's kind of a lot. What else could we do? We could Caller, but then we don't want to attack because with Outrider because we don't get to block. So I guess yeah, we'll just play Fiendbinder and we'll play Caller off of Cultivator. I mean, this way, like, I don't think they're bluffing a combat trick here. I mean, it'd be kind of clever too, but like, I think we're going to find out if they have one, and if we take 6, we take 6. Our board's developed, we can then start to pressure them. Give Vigilance, and maybe we draw land, give Vigilance, and have Bite. I think we just want to have Bite available. Okay, Reaper. That's a big one. All right. So we can attack with Fiendbinder and tap the 3/3. Equip 2, though. Tap the 3/3, so it either trades with Hamlet Captain or Reaper, or they take 3. We need to start racing this thing, obviously. We could also just kill it with Rabid Bite. Maybe that's the simplest play, right? Kill the Reaper with Rabid Bite. They showed us they don't have a trick. Swing Fiendbinder, Outrider, tap Hamlet Cap, or tap the 3/3. And we have Cathar back to block. Maybe that's just the move, honestly. I will say the gameplay has felt pretty complicated so far, even though this deck kind of feels weird. Could leave the Outrider back as well if we wanted. Pretty good blocker against Hamlet Captain. Yeah, it is a good blocker, isn't it? Okay, sure. I could see them taking the trade here, honestly. Excuse me. Okay, they don't, which also makes sense to me. Play Elder Cathar. Skinner. Okay, that's a 4/4. All right. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigates. Okay. We're going to get to investigate a bunch. So, play an equipped Truth Faith Sensor. This becomes a 5/3. Can tap Provisioner. They could double block. Not great. They get 2 clues, which can then make what? Spirits? No, they make humans. I also put this on Courageous Outrider, which would make it a 5/5 with Vigilance. Again, could just get double blocked. It's tough. It's tough. We could put it on Cathar, 4/3, and dies into counters. That seems pretty good. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to go with that. I think we'll play Thraben Inspector first, in case the auto tapper decides to be a jerk. Hope to not mess up our attacks this game. That would be nice. And they're going to take it. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Finding ways to eke out points of damage here. So we could add, I guess, Avacyn's Collar onto the Cathar as well. Doesn't boost toughness, unfortunately, but obviously makes it a real landmine they don't want to trade with. Okay, here comes a Bloodbriar. So they got a little engine going on here where Mysteries is going to do some work for them. All right. So we're kind of in the same spot we were in. I guess we'll clue first. Hamlet Captain. Pretty cool. Probably want to cast that this turn. That'll represent quite a bit of damage. Don't want to show them that we have it, though. So we should equip Avacyn's Collar. Attack with Cathar only, I think. And then play Captain after the fact. So I imagine this gets blocked here. At the very least, it gets chump blocked. That makes a lot of sense to do. Yeah. So they draw a card, they make a token, so they're really like up. maybe that was a bad attack. But I mean, we got to work through their board at some point, right? Flying. If you draft this deck, find ways to get flying. But if I'm being honest, I don't know that I would draft this deck anymore. After this, it has not felt very powerful. Okay. Well, now I just don't want to attack because I feel like they're getting too much value. Unless we're going to Alpha Strike them. Don't want that Near Earth Chaplain to die. Obviously, that makes 2 flying creatures. Maybe we do want to attack. I mean, we get our own flyer. But yeah, this thing makes 2 creatures of flying. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. All right. I guess we'll just see what we reveal. Go from there. We already used our Rabid Bite. Elder Cathar, Obsessive Skinner. Nowhere near getting Delirium, so I think we'll grab the Cathar here. I think it's slightly more threatening. Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat this enchantment of theirs. Feel like we can't really attack here. So we'll pass the turn back. We just need to find the +2/+2 aura and just fly over them. It's the only way we're getting out of this, I think. Deals damage to creatures. Investigate. Cool. All right. Got an old-fashioned standoff here. We got a lot of creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All humans. They've got 6 blockers, so we're still not in Alpha Strike range. And they've got lifelink on the Chaplain here. Oh boy. That's pretty good. I think we're dead. So, what did we learn today? Green-white seems like it's not that good. I don't know. Small sample size, right? But we got into board stall situations pretty routinely, so I think getting some flying is really important. Yeah, the 4-drop that I thought was really good felt quite clunky. We even whiffed with it, which will happen from time to time, but not something you're counting on. Fiendbinder was okay, but clunky. I think the best card in our deck was Lunarch Mantle. I think the only times we won was because of that, right? So overall, not super impressed with this deck so far, but we'll see. Obviously, that tap all the opponent's creatures thing on their side was pretty cool and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say maybe steer clear of this one and try to do something a little bit more, either more streamlined than this or a little bit more inevitable, powerful, late gamey. That might be sort of the way that this format ends up going. So let me know in the comments below what you thought, what you'd like to see, and thank you for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. We will see you next time. Bye for now.